go ahead, hit the sub bar, hit the sub bar,
hit the sub bar, hit the sub bar.
Become a little beardo today. Peace. See you on the inside. What's up, guys? Lord Beardo bringing you a brand new Clash of Clans video, and today, check out the king is down. We have been stacking Dark Elixir up, and that is going to be the focus of the video today. Two things, actually. One, it's going to focus on not using the army that you're used to using when one of your heroes are down. And two, it's going to show you how to band-aid up these losses. Look I can't tell you the last time, you know what? I can tell you the last time I lost 2 raids in a row, and it was when my king was down. So you'd think, Lord Beardo, why haven't you learned your lesson? But check it out. 2-star, 2 stars. We are picking up 2 stars, and we're doing it with an army that works very, very well. Now, Clash with Ash, if you're lurking up in this video, throw that thumbs up because I stole your composition. I was peeping around on the channel and I saw the comp my man was crushing it with, and it is using a wave of baby dragons and a wave of balloons, multiple raid spells, taking out some of the air defenses, or in this case, one of the blowers. And I'm going to do a breakdown of this raid, and you're pretty much just spamming baby dragons and loons and pushing into the middle of the base, and it yields such a high 2-star percent, and also a very, 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 how many varies can we use? Very, very cheap Dark Elixir, like unbelievably cheap Dark Elixir army right here, and that is going to allow you to upgrade your heroes and your Dark Elixir troops as fast as possible. Now, I haven't given it a chance, well, not me, because I don't have a Town Hall 10 account, but I haven't prompted my Town Hall 10s in my clan to try this out. I'd like to see if it works out well for Town Hall 10s when it comes to farming the Dark Elixir. But the moral of the story here today is when your king is down, when your queen is down, when your heroes are down, you have got to change up your playing style. This is a melee run with 8K Dark Elixir, 22 trophies in the Legends League, and my king is down. Now, prior to changing my army type up, I was like holding my breath every raid. I actually wasn't even that excited to play. I kind of shelved the game off for about 2 or 4 days. Because 2 or 4, that's like a weird, like, that's a very weird difference there. 2 or 4, like definitely not 3. It was either 2 or it was a lot longer than 3. But we're gonna go ahead and airstrike. Let's just go with the airstrike. We're gonna call it an airstrike. The airstrike is the combination of 2 lightnings and an earthquake. You guys are gonna be like, Lord Beardo, stop playing Call of Duty. You are spending all of your mental capacity calling in airstrikes. We are gonna push on this left-hand side air defense using the double rage, immediately followed by that warden ability. We're freezing up the queen, freezing up an X-Spell. The only thing we missed in there was one of those air sweepers, which are pushing back our troops and actually poses for a big problem, very big problem in the middle here. And we gotta bring in our queen. Man, I am all over the place. I'm fumbling up the lips right now, but definitely, if you are a Town Hall 11, if you know a Town Hall 11, share this video with your friends. Sharing is caring. If you're watching and you know a Town Hall 11 and they haven't tried this composition, it is your responsibility to tell them the truth about Clash of Clans, and that is this raid, which is going to stack up so much Dark Elixir. We missed the top elixir there, and because the raid is so cheap, then we can continue to stack up that DE. Anybody who's running a lot of Valkyries, anybody who's running a lot of bowlers, you are just wasting all of your elixir. Even if you are running multiple lava hounds, you're wasting your elixir. Now, let me tell you something about this raid. If you have all the heroes, the other raid is better. The raid where you can use 2 of your lava hounds, 3 of your lava hounds, a couple baby dragons, because you will get those 100% raids. Now these bases right here that stack all their air defenses on one side and the eagle cannon on the other side, just go ahead and take out one of the air streepers. Obviously the one that's pointed towards your balloons. You don't want to take out the one that's pointing away from them. So go ahead, remove the air sweeper, and that will allow your balloons to just rip into the middle of this base. That is the strategy to focus on. And like I keep saying, if a hero's down or if you're mainly focused on Dark Elixir, this is the composition. You're not going to get 3 stars. I haven't gotten a 3-star, and I don't see where my king, adding him into this raid, will create a 3-star raid. But with that being said, it is a great 2-star raid. It is a great farm composition, and all around, it's way easy to use. It's like dummy-proof easy to use. And my 2 factors in a loot raid or in a push raid or any type of raid in general, I guess in a push raid, because loot raids, it doesn't matter if you're losing trophies or not. If you're in the mindset of looting and you're not trying to push for trophies, then this is like, go for this, because you're going to stack up so much Dark Elixir. But for me, I'm trying to hold a respectable number in the Legends League. We're not going to push, so we're not going to have anything too fancy this season. But I don't want to fall out of the Legends. And what's actually really fun about Low Legends League is there are so many high, big, humongous milli loot raids out there, as long as you stay closer to that 5,000, 5,200 mark. Once you start to get to mid 5,000, 5,500, 5,700, you're waiting so long for each raid that it's almost like it's painstaking sometimes. So, but here, I'm only waiting a couple minutes every once in a while. I'll be waiting 20 minutes, but for the most part, I'm pretty much in a raid very soon into being able to play the game. So that's one of the factors of staying in Low Legends that's awesome. So you'll see we stacked up 4 immediate 2-star raids, and then we're going to get into a raid at the end, which is going to be when you come up against an incredibly good base design and you're fighting for the 1-star. And that's one of the things that I always consider in my push army compositions. It's the fail factor. If it has a high fail factor, and it's a high difficulty of using, it instantly becomes a war raid to me. A war raid is a very high 3-star yield if you run it perfectly, and it'll have a big fail factor if you don't run it perfect. That's my concept. If it's a push raid, it needs to be dummy proof for the 2, like dummy proof. And this is a pretty dummy proof raid here, and it also has to have a low 1-star factor. And like, by low, I mean it gets it all the time. Like you can almost spam the army type and you will get the 1-star. And that's just going to not allow you to lose 30 trophies when you go into the raid. So this is just another dynamic air raid, and get them in quick, man, because I have a feeling some things are going to change. One thing that I did notice is in the events tab, in about 5 days, they're doing a Go Wee Wee event where you're basically just getting back to using a Go Wee Wee. Now, you say to yourself, are you giving us some subliminal messaging here? You hinting to the fact that we're gonna get back to the ground and pound army? Are you taking our balloons away? And we're not sure. We don't know. We don't got the inside scoop just yet, but we are gonna prepare ourselves. We've been pushing our troops very, very far along. The only thing that we don't have, and we actually need to upgrade twice, are gonna be those hogs, man. We have never jumped on the hog train. Now, it is a great troop for 10. It is a great troop for 9. There is no ability to use them as a Town Hall 11. Now, this is what I was talking about. If you had a bowler raid, this is a walk in the park. These bases are perfect for bowlers. You can put a jump in the middle. You just got to take out those 2 archer towers on the outsides because they'll continue to pick your troops off. But we're going to go ahead and remove one of the air defenses. Now, one thing I do think I could have did differently in this raid is to just wall one side of the troops. I floated a couple of my troops around that corner, and that's just gonna bulk all my balloons up right at the very bottom, and I didn't get the spread that I wanted to here. It wasn't too awful, but and then I went ahead and missed that eagle cannon. But the eagle cannon wasn't even that big of a problem because I could go ahead and hit my warden ability, overlap the spells a little bit, and that's what I'm talking about. What is the failure rate on this raid? That's what you want to ask yourself when you watch a YouTube video, when you're looking at other people's compositions. What's their failure factor? We're sitting at 41%. We're obviously not going to get to the town hall. They got 2 expos up. They got the queen in the middle. They still have that inferno. We are just going to be in a little bit of trouble here. Now we are sitting 45% as that warden goes down. He can't finish off that last percent, and it's going to be the queen that has to come in and take care of business. Now the queen does a pretty decent job here, and spoiler alert, we do get the 1 star here, and that is the reason why I felt like I needed to put this video out. If you can still get through a raid that's going terribly wrong, and this queen is definitely not doing what she needs to be doing, she just got to get 1 more building and she's going to go ahead and take down that wizard tower. Make sure that we don't lose an incredible amount of stars here, or trophies rather, and look at all the loot we left, man. It's disappointing. When I see a 1.4 million loot raid before we even drop a troop, it's like, if only I had my army, if only I had my king, if only I had bowlers. You start running through all these different things in your head. And we could have attacked the base, I guess, a little bit differently to go in for that dark elixir, but I got a little hasty. But that's the point, man. You got to be able to have a nice fail factor, or rather unlikely to have a fail factor in these raids or in this army type for me to be like totally sold on the idea. There's that go wee wee event, man. I think the ground and pound's coming. But definitely, if you know an 11 or you are an 11, give this army composition a try. It's going to put a smile on your face when you realize that it is super cheap in the dark elixir category, and I'm actually gonna jump right in the game right quick and tell you exactly what the cost is gonna be, so you know, and you could say to yourselves, well, how much was that? It's 192 dark elixir. Mind blown, beardos. Go get your dark.